Yes, it could, but it sounded like Barnet actually knew that it was a time violation. Peter?
3 no trumps plus 490 for Italy.
Okay, I didn't hear so much from Barnet.
With the hearts 3-3.
Okay, I'll log back in again. Can you hear me now?
Lead.
Yes, we can.
Embarrasses declarer. And naturally North led a spade.
So are you sure it was a time violation and not a mobile going off or something?
It says slow play penalty, 7 imps.
Okay.
I'm just looking at the commentary on the in the open room in the USA match, so this is why I could say it's been commented on by the Vugraph commentators.
Right. Which in itself it's true, but East did bid to space. I'm not sure what that bid is.
Quite funny, isn't it? That I talked about the one spade response to one heart, that it can be 3 hearts. And now it came up on the very first board.
On a low club lead to the first trick from...
And as you see, 3-0 played by East is a winner. But 3-0 played by West have a problem on a club lead.
If the queen asks for the unblock of the jack, then declarer may have to play the jack from dummy. It depends how obedient he is.
Not only a problem, a serious problem.
That would not be considered a clever play, I think.
A rather strange game of 5 imps for the Netherlands, the French ladies. They played 3 times on the east-west.
I can understand a little Italian. I can see that 3-0 trump is placed by West in the closed room, but that North didn't find a club lead.
Do you think it's possible declarer went up with the ace of spades?
I'm just looking at that. It's very hard to believe.
You could understand why.
I think I might open 1-0 trump in the east seat,
think it's very likely,
even if I'm playing 15-17.
If you
a
think
good
it's
14,
the fourth best,
balanced hand, upgrade
right
it to 15.
Go up with the ace of spades and play diamonds, planning to knock out the ace of diamonds. If North has it, you're safe. If South has it...
With a 5-card major, you often upgrade to trouble.
South having a small doubleton.
Well, I play puppet Stamen, so the partner can find out my 5-card major. If he wants to, partner can... But I have a balanced hand, so quite often no trump is going to be the right contract.
Will be put right at some point, yes.
Bring twins playing, and the Versace twins.
Not if you belong in a hard part score, Barnet, and partner can't respond over 1-0 trump. Then you play a silly 1-0 trump, probably, with 2 hearts cold.
There's nothing more to the play. I think we can look at the Transnational and see that Angelini has dropped to 11th.
We game going values. All roads lead to Rome. But if you go only to play a part score, then 1-0 trump on a 5-card major is not the best solution.
You know, you can't have the best of both worlds. You can't have the best of...
Closed room, final contract.
And that is also the case when it goes, say, 1 club, 1 heart, 1-0 trump, where you can have a 4-card spade suit. Then you will miss a 4-4 spade fit if you have one, and if partner is not strong enough to bid over 1-0 trump.
Aggressively bid 4 hearts. West awarded him a red card.
So there's an upside to bypassing 1 spade, and there's a downside.
That's the reason I prefer to bid 1 spade, even on a balanced hand.
No takeout double from East here.
Looks like a great result for the Italians.
All thanks to East's...
So, 3 hearts, a weak race, and one has to agree with that. It is a weak hand.
4 hearts down 2 or 3 hearts down 1.
You see Duboin passing with 16 high card points. 3 hearts is certainly not invitational. Opposite 16-17. Opposite 18-19 perhaps.
I would say.
But only perhaps.
Yes.
In the other Bermuda Bowl match, the lead for USA 2 is up to 25. East-West bought the hand in 2 spades in one room. Maybe a strong no trump.
A very good board for Italy, as we see. The result from the close room is in now. They went to 4 hearts, got doubles, and went for 500.
One down on the lead of the ace of hearts.
If these would have ducked the first club lead, then West would have got a trump promotion later. He would have made 2 art tricks. If these would have played the 10 of clubs.
Bidding again in the close room. What do you think of the redouble?
If the raise to 3 hearts was mixed, then it's
do you think it was
reasonable?
Yeah, isn't that what happened in the other room? They got it 2 down.
Board 30 from the previous set, Indonesia,
I think
England.
so.
The contract was adjusted.
And the auction in the other room is quite strange, because it went 1 heart, 3 hearts, and then a takeout double, redoubled by South, and eventually he bid 4 hearts. Well, if he thinks he belongs in 4 hearts over the 3 heart race, he might just as well bid it now.
And his King Jack of Diamond hasn't improved after the 4 diamond bid by West.
No, but he was a bit unlucky that East didn't have one of the honours after his takeout double. The takeout double was very light, mind you. I know he was a passed hand, but he could have had at least the Jack of Diamonds, sorry, the Queen of Diamonds, and not the Queen of Clubs, for instance.
But South also know that his partner has a doubleton or 3-card spade, because the opponents didn't find their 4-4 different spade.
Yes. And he knows that East will have 4 spades and to West 3, so he can at least rough 1 low in the dummy. But there's a risk of getting over-roughed, obviously, when he tries to rough a second.
And the double from a passed hand very often have a singleton heart. So if his partner to his weak jump have the King of Hearts, then he has not much more. And if you don't have, then the heartiness will lose. So bidding 4 hearts there is not the best judgment I have seen.
No, and you can't intimidate the Italians by redoubling first and then bidding 4 hearts next. I mean, they have played this game before, and they are going to penalize you if you overstep the line.
So defense will get.
So I have a funny story for you.
what is wrong with the redouble, Barry?
In the USA match,
Didn't say there was anything
versus
wrong with the redouble.
in USA 1 versus USA 2, Levin for USA 1 bid a slam off 2 aces, and then the Vugraph commentator said that Levin's wife came into the room and gave Levin some pills.
Netherlands are Brink and Driver, is that correct?
No, it's Brink and Driver.
I thought that's quite rather amusing.
3 heart response to 1 heart.
Preemptive.
Well, you don't know whether it's supposed to be preemptive or mixed.
Do they have another mixed bid?
Something like that is
Very little.
2 trumps is invitational or better.
So useful 9 imps to Italy here.
They play any form of Bergen.
No.
Closed room. Fine correct. The closed room already after only 2 deals. 4 hearts.
So this is a hand that USA North-South bid to 6 clubs, and East-West
can take,
took their 2 aces.
2 spade tricks, a diamond and a club. Overtake.
Excellent defense.
Play the Queen of Spades. Not that easy for East to cash out. USA 2 against USA 1. Contract of 6 clubs.
There are even 3 losers. 2 spade losers and a diamond loser.
How did they get to 6, Barnet?
USA 2 are allowed to make 4 hearts on the King of Diamonds.
The bidding was...
So you can defend it by overtaking and give your partner a club rough.
We can also see that 5 clubs was beaten at both tables in the match involving the French, in the women and the seniors. Four hearts made with an over trick on the lead of the aces.
North opened a heart and then jumped in clubs.
Anyway, the Dutch in the... So can we see the play in the closed room?
1 heart, 2 diamonds passed, 2 spades, and then North jumped to 4 clubs. It went 4 spades, and South, with his 5 trump and King Queen of Hearts, jumped to 6 clubs. It went all pass.
And there are just 9 tricks for declarer. There's no discard with the 5-5 fit.
Right.
So North showed a strong hand, and South thought, as he hadn't bid anything, with 5 trump and King Queen of Hearts, thought 5 clubs wasn't enough, so bid 6 clubs.
So he knew that his partner had avoiding clubs.
4 hearts down 1 in closed room. The lead was diamond king to diamond S and club back.
Wow, that was some defense.
5-5 and strong. Presumably they don't play any artificial 2 club bid in this situation.
So far they are in 4 hearts, but I'm not sure if the bidding has finished. Don't think so yet.
Not so difficult in the bidding. North have shown 5-5 in hearts and clubs. So easy for West to see.
We can go back to the bidding, Kiko. Back to the bidding, please. 3 clubs was some sort of massive 2-suited because 2 clubs would have been extra values, perhaps.
But now the Italians overboard.
It clarifies the 5-5. If you go through the Gazilli 2 clubs, I believe that is not a 5-5, or if it is, it's not 2 very good suits.
So flat board in the England-Indonesia women's match. Both tables led the King of Diamonds and didn't find the defense.
They seem to be getting overboard here.
Showing an even number of key cards by
You need to stop
South.
in 5 clubs.
Are you sure?
I only read the piece of paper that's written on the screen. I'm not sure.
So,
Corner of trump shows an even number of key cards.
Looks as if
This
maybe
is the turbo
St.
convention.
Clubs as trumps,
yes, pretty sure.
and North showed no.
So either none or two.
So a diamond lead
East-West really have to
and a
take their
spade
tricks.
switch beats this contract. King of diamonds overtaken with the ace and then a spade back.
0 or 2?
Yes.
And presumably with North hands on touch a big hand.
If it's not that exact defence, declare will make the contract.
Well, West I think will know A, that his partner has the ace of diamonds, and B, that
Indeed he
side
will.
needs to cash out.
But I think Verhees
one
will
spade
find
and
the
two
defence.
diamonds, or 2 spades and 1 diamond. Should he overtake as a passed hand if he plays the queen of spades, king ace? He will get it right, knowing his partner doesn't have 6 spades.
I think so. It's very likely that that West denied 6 spades.
I agree.
It's a very good
He
point.
So
knows
that's
in
the queen
order
of diamond to yes,
Diamond
and
ace,
spade queen
spade
back
ace,
to king and ace. Then East has to decide what's the last unknown card in North hand, a diamond or a spade.
So you have to be slammed with 2 aces. And
He will go on after 5 clubs. Okay, jack of spades. They play a Rusino, jack of spades, queen of diamonds lead.
Yes,
Well
that's
defended.
correct.
Very nicely done.
But probably if the jack with these king taken and things on
Give
diamond,
credit to both
but
West
with
players.
the things on spade,
But you
king,
also have
and
to
2
say that
small
this was
diamonds,
very
he would never ask for no dump or ask for key
Did
cards.
4 hearts, which would have made with the cards lying badly, unless clubs were 3-0. So 80% of the time this would have been a pickup of 10 imps for the Dutch. As it was, they had to work hard to flatten the board.
USA 2 have opened up a 28-point lead now, so they've
Board number
put
4.
16 imps on so far this
Closed
set.
room. West opens a spade. East bids
10
2
imps on the
trumps,
last
some
hand we
raise
saw
and
for
spades, and
not
Left
bidding a
is
slap.
bidding with 4 spades, duly making 11 tricks after the lead of the
Slam off 2
hearts.
aces.
Heart loser goes away from dummy. Declarer just loses a spade and a club. The feeling
Barnet,
is
could you please turn off your BBO
you
sound?
should start trumps by leading the
Click
ace.
on options,
Remember, East-West play
pause
canopy,
button from
so
the left
the 1
top,
diamond opening bid may
and
contain
click sound.
any 5 card suit, including a major here, as we can see. Could this be the mythical, almost unobtainable flat board? 12 possible results, 8 of them already in.
Well, not completely flat due to the fact that Verhees van Prooijen are the only ones who play a spade contract by East.
Excellent point.
So here we have the canopy opening, where you open a shorter suit before a longer. You see a 1 diamond opening and not a 1 spade opening, as most
is
people
anyone going
would.
to make 12 tricks? Running the 10 of spades?
Piece of cake.
Well, you and I would, of course.
Yes. Even with all cards open, I wouldn't have found that line of play.
Well, you would.
No, because
I'm asked what are the advantages of playing a canopy.
Yes. So
Anyone want to tell
Anyway.
about that?
I took a look at the Transnational, and I find that Monaco Z, the Zimmerman team, is in somewhere around 95th place.
Yeah, they're fighting.
I have no experience in playing.
Do you ever play Blue Club, Barnet? If you did,
I never
then
played
perhaps
it,
you can
How
explain
does
it.
that bet with
Mm.
the
Well,
ace of
I did.
spades?
I actually did.
Perhaps you can fill your audience in, or if you
I
haven't
played.
done so
I did.
already
I think I
today.
played
Oh,
Blue
my
Club
ace of
about
spades.
40 years ago, but
Yes,
I've forgotten
I
now.
have this bet with my good
I think
friend
it's one of
Joost
my very
Hansen.
first
I
break.
mentioned that I don't believe that he would hit first 100 in the Transnational.
Yeah, it was quite popular in Italy
One.
back in the 60s and 70s.
I would eat the ace of spades.
System.
So
But
keep-
I didn't tell him that it would be a chocolate ace of spades, so it's a pretty
I lasted for about 1 year.
weak bet. But so far he is doing not that bad. He is
145th?
yes,
and
he's
he has
in pole
already,
position.
he has already got 100 victory points, so I feel like you owe him
I thought-
something.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. He always feels that way.
At the top
Benito
of the table,
Grozzo's book on Blue Club and played
Russia,
with him.
Israel, Australia. Lund is a local team. BLUND, you know that one?
It's certainly not short for blunder.
I partnered with him.
It sounds Dutch, is it?
It's actually an abbreviation for one of the players whose name is Bore Lund from Norway. The team is Berg, Austberg, Berg and Lund. And Rasmussen.
Rasmussen, didn't he win the auction teams in London last month? TGRs?
Not sure.
Yes, I think so.
De Clara is about to make...
Well, there must certainly be some upsides.
defenders
I mean,
led,
if you take Roman Club,
overtook it,
for instance,
Hart,
devised by Walter Abarelli and Giorgio Belladonna
Hart and Macular.
from Rome,
We have
I mean, they opened
front board of the
3 card suits before 5 card
I
suits.
hope so, because this
So there must be something to it.
is not what the Dutch at least are waiting for.
You can look at the leads here. 10 and 9 of hearts and the 7 of hearts from 10, 9, 7.
closed room, final contract, 1 diamond by South, down 200, North-South left to play in 1 diamond when East did not reopen with a takeout double. Somewhat surprising that West did not bid over a club a diamond, isn't it?
And that East did not bid.
And East didn't reopen with a double as well.
They may make a spade contract.
Here, a precision diamond, less than a strong no trump, maybe relatively short in diamonds.
So 1 diamond can be how many cards, Peter?
Natural 1 spade was
East-West can make 2 spades here.
raised to 2 spades by East, and that will give West the chance to come into the auction with a takeout double. I'm not sure he will do so at this vulnerability. His
Could be Phil.
last partner.
Could
But
be
he's still got
0.
to think about
East-West
his-
can actually make
Oh.
4 spades. If you play the
Sementa
trumps right,
will
you can
bid.
make 4 spades, and they're playing in what they played 1 diamond in the other room.
The score has been adjusted, I think, in the England-Indonesia match to reflect the director ruling from the first set.
They can actually make tricks.
Would you, as North, go attacking with the diamond lead on this hand?
So if 1 diamond
See if
can
the
be 0,
if South
what?
covers.
If he plays a low spade,
Okay.
I'm sure he
Yeah.
will.
If he covers, he can finesse on the way back, yes?
Still,
Well,
he
no,
could-
no
No.
I was going to say before the opening lead, but if the clearer led a spade, then South
We'd
has
expect
got
perhaps
not
that
to
the player
cover,
will lead the
obviously.
10 of hearts at the second trick.
If he doesn't cover, then
South,
Takira has
who
to guess
doesn't
which
know
spade
that
to
his
play in the
partner's
second
led
round.
with 10-3 of spades, may win an early heart
But the opening lead,
return a trump.
now South would get this right after the opening lead.
Well, whatever. Sooner or later, declare will end up with 9 or 10 tricks.
Whenever North has
Still
10 doubles in spades, South has, the declarer has to lead the Queen of Spades followed by the Jack of Spades to pin the 10. And this particularly, that doesn't work. It obviously would be important if the declarer was playing the contract in 4 spades, when he would have to get no trump losers to make 4 spades.
When the 10 of hearts was covered, he assumed that trump
Yes, the 4 spades is not a real thing, because there are no values for pitching that game, and it needs a lot of things.
Jack of spades and played a heart, and the defenders, I think, will take 1 trick in every suit.
And also here, Barnet, I mean, it was impossible for Duboin not to cover. The partner could have led from ace to 3, and he wanted to play 3 rounds of spades.
No, I wasn't suggesting after the opening lead here. I was saying under normal circumstances, not on a trump lead, if there is no trump lead. And sometimes East would play the contract, and let's say if East is playing the contract and leads the Queen of Spades, then South hasn't to cover also. Say East was playing the contract in spades and led the Queen. Now it's important that South does not cover the Queen or the Jack to give East a guess.
English women made 10.
Yeah, that's a good point, Barnet, but I remember that next time I play against you. So if I'm declarer with Queen 10 to 5 and I have ace to 4 in the dummy, I'll just play the Queen and I have no loser. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, you'll see that in my book. That's a hand in my book.
Doesn't seem likely.
I know it is. That's why I mentioned it.
Explain that.
And also,
I guess
if you have played against Barnet, you know if it's on a 4 forfeit, if it goes spade queen, spade king, spade S, then for sure Barnet has king 10 in spade.
You might end up in either no trump or
either that or a singleton.
No trump, unless partner happens to have 4 spades.
Singleton king.
And so, given all of that, as East, you would expect, looking at not a particularly strong diamond holding, that you would reopen the double here.
So the other interesting thing is
Would reopen
when you want the defender to cover with a queen jack, you should lead the queen. And if you don't want the defender to cover with the queen jack, you should play the jack.
All it means is if partner has a penalty double of diamonds, the penalty...
The more you want the defender to cover, the higher the card you should lead.
And vice versa, of course. If they don't want them to cover, lead the lower of equal cards.
Ready for a little more excitement.
Well,
now a few advantages of the canopy system is, and pointed out to me by a spectator, is that you'll find a 4-4 major fit right away. Say you have 4 hearts and 5 clubs, and you open 1 heart, you will find that fit immediately if you have one.
And that looks like it might be 500. No.
This is safe against the spade contract? Yes. You lose 2 diamonds in 4 or 5 spades.
In France against Poland, 5 diamonds was undoubled. The correct defense was not found to 6 diamonds, but it was still 10 imps for France against Poland in the seniors. So
in closed room, the contract is 5 diamonds double, played by North.
Bid on to 5 spades, the contract that needs the heart finesse.
And that contract has 3 top losers.
The open room starts opens a diamond, west is spade.
It's good that it's played by North, because I watched it. It's played by South in both the other in the other match, and when 5 diamonds doubles played by South can put partner in twice to get
just a quiet
rough
for the time being.
My idea.
And so 5 diamonds doubled can actually go for 500.
And then
So in the
West.
West may want to try
USA match,
Sorry,
5 diamonds doubled did
it was
go
played by South.
500.
holdings, of course, with Sementa sitting north.
Gentlemen,
Difficult ever to
first,
declare
try not to talk over each other. Look at the red bar,
Not
and
enough
if
to declare
someone
that.
is red, he is talking.
Defenders play a couple of high spades.
Then you are trump short.
Actually, no,
Maybe
you're
not. You
not.
can rough and dummy
You're
with the
not.
spare ace.
It is actually played by South, and the lead was here for clubs, spade to the S,
Suit.
Unless
club
they
off.
get hearts through you, then you have to rough again and dummy. You're in trouble.
Surprisingly, West passes over
Okay.
3 clubs.
Both players alerted it and explained it as better than a 3-spade bid.
So, as it is here, the save is 6 clubs,
For East to go on.
isn't it?
2 aces and a 5 hearts.
Isn't it the par contract, 6 clubs down 2?
We'll show you the defense in the closed room. It seems very unlikely the defenders won't get it right.
I think so. East-West can make 5 spades.
Yes, but North-South was in 5 clubs doubled when South pulled to 5 diamonds.
I think that 2 clubs by Bas Drijver in the closed room shows hearts.
That's right. I think clubs and hearts are maybe inverted here.
Yes, they do play that.
So the jump to 3
Not a good
hearts
idea.
is with 4 trumps.
Yeah.
And after that, both East and West put the brakes on as fast as they could. Okay, so now South with extra shape has made a decision about which miner to play in, whether to pass the auction back to partner. You would expect him to bid, wouldn't you?
Yes, for sure he will bid.
A lot of the time I'm losing what
Now it's not so easy
both
to get
Roland
the
and
right,
Peter are saying, and
in my opinion.
I can't hear you some of the time, and the red isn't appearing on my screen. I actually don't see this
Because he
red,
bid clubs, you mean? Or?
Yeah.
and that perhaps is why
South bid
sometimes I'm
clubs
talking
as
and someone else may be
well
talking.
in the closed
The
room,
red
but
is
still West
disappearing and someone else is
Club
speaking. I
ace.
can't hear anybody speaking at the moment.
I suppose you can argue from West.
Can you hear me now?
Partner has one of the major
I can hear you
suits.
now and I can see the red flickering, but you can continue to speak and the red goes away and I lose your voice. So you're coming and you're going.
The hand in 4 spades in one room.
So if I happen to interrupt anyone, it's not intention. And don't, it's that I just don't see the red flickering.
And West
Fine.
at least has the advantage when it
We
comes to
believe
the
you.
opening lead of knowing that South
And we know
Same side
that we
of
have
the
a
screen
few
as
technical glitches. Can't be
Just thinking
avoided
about
completely.
what to do.
Remember that this is
Maybe
very
South
much a new thing.
might think
It'll
that his
get
partner's
better
got
eventually,
diamonds.
No.
but I think it's quite good already.
Okay. Double by South, alerted.
I like to go on.
Is
I understand the glitches.
not yet alerted by North.
And if it's action, if it asks to go on,
Verhees missed the last
Can have
attack.
Because I also was doing, was broadcasting.
Could we see the play in the closed room, Kiko? Ace of clubs lead, spade shift, club and...
Verhees missed the third undertake. He, after the off, he played spade king instead of heart by his partner says.
apparently it was very difficult for Alfredo Versace to realize his partner had a 5-card spade.
well, look at what East played back on the second round of clubs. He did play back the 3.
True. So that really indicates, partner, I'm not interested in spades anymore.
Well done,
Well done.
by North.
Antonio Sementa.
It's not clear to me that anybody is going to double 5 diamonds.
USA 2 bid to 6 diamonds though in this hand.
East alerted it.
Yes.
And
went for 800
West didn't
against 500 in the other room. So it was a pick-up of 300 to USA 1. And the margin 22 in that match.
Doubled.
So we shall see if the defense can do any better in this room.
That's if you're Dutch.
Well, maybe if you are Italian like you. Okay. So far, very good.
USA 1 against USA 2.
Could easily be a 5-inch pick-up for the Dutch.
USA 2 played 6 diamonds, and the defenders did get the defense right. So that's 7 imps to USA 1.
It's not over. USA 1 versus West.
3 of clubs,
yes,
suit preference for the lowest suit.
A heart.
And now it's quite difficult for East to get
I'm
this
surprised
right.
the Italians didn't get 500
I think they
in
may
the other
play a
room.
second heart
After the Ace of Clubs lead.
It is,
Yeah, I agree, Barnet. You would assume that the 9 of clubs comes back now. Suit preference signal for spade.
They can't hear you. No swing.
He should have played the 9 of clubs, unless he thought that his partner had a 6-card spades.
Yes.
And that declare had a voting spades.
8.
So,
but if that was the
Although
case,
I can't quite understand why
might
they
have
wouldn't
bits for spades
play
straight
the
away.
9.
It would actually have been a much better hand for third and lowest leads.
You see, so the same happened here.
3 of hearts to the king at 8.
The defense in the
second heart wasn't
closed room looked very clear. It was SF clubs where East played the 9.
I think if East had void, he would have really played the lowest club. Of course, we don't know what the lowest club was. 8 might have
Then
been.
spade to yes. Lowest club back for off,
North-south
asking for hearts, but no hearts came.
Where you lose a diamond and a club.
Oh,
The 9 of clubs was suit preference asked. When West played the Ace of clubs, the 9 of clubs asked for the spade. That was the first suit preference signal.
Yeah.
All of the other tables.
yes, but maybe Prooijen played the 8 because he wasn't sure whether he wanted a heart or a spade. Perhaps a spade would not be cashing. Then it would be essential for him to get a heart back.
Can make 6 spade tricks, 2 heart tricks, a diamond and a club for 10 tricks already.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the defence was better in the other match. Each time the clearer was held to 8 tricks. Once in 5
response of 2
doubled and once in 6
presumably
doubled.
A game force and not pessimistic.
What are you eating, Barnet? I want some of it.
Breakfast. Eating breakfast.
I see. It sounds delicious. So can you send some over, please?
Trumps.
It's actually a waffle.
Yes.
I know, they're very popular in USA. Waffles with whipped cream in the morning. Well, you don't see that in Europe, and Barnet knows that.
If partner had a singleton spade, 4 spades might well be better than 3 no trumps. You could imagine the ace of hearts getting knocked out of trick 1, and then declare might not be able to set up and enjoy the spades. Even though the queen and 1 diamond is a good builder, Still feels like 4 spades might be
Belgian waffles, usually eaten with maple syrup. Is it, Barnet?
See, Giorgio.
Maple syrup.
Decide whether this is going to be the
Actually, I'm having mine with fruits,
Pen
fresh fruits, much more healthy. Kiwi fruit, oranges, that kind of stuff.
You did extremely well not to look for anything
Healthy.
more.
Waffles
Even though
and healthy.
Sementa
In the
was
same
tested,
sentence.
Surely, sooner or later, he will be dealt a good 2-diamond response and a good 3-no trump hand. Just not today.
Okay, maybe we should focus on bridge instead for a while. Normal looking 3-no trump here. Well, you could play in 4 spades, of course.
Declare already has 9 tricks in the bank.
You imagine he'll win the ace
But
of
3-no
hearts,
trump is so much easier to make.
play a diamond to the queen, and West will win it and play a
Not really.
second.
There's 10 tricks.
What do you mean?
Top.
I can count 9. 6
Communication
spades,
is
2 hearts and a club.
a little awkward.
And a diamond.
Maybe you're supposed to play the
Well,
diamonds at trick 2.
Top tricks.
Bet all
I mean, I
And
might be able to make 3-no trump when I have 9 top tricks.
well, there's 10 top tricks in spades if you count the diamond, or you've got a sure diamond trick.
on the opponents.
Yeah, but that's not how you would explain top tricks to a student. The top tricks are the tricks you can cash here and now without any interruption.
Well, the bird did not.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
He doesn't care about
should
the
You can
price.
develop
Yeah,
a
you
trick
should duck that,
in
but not
diamonds, but that's
Not
different. That's different, I mean.
Not for Verhees.
Right. Jan, remember you're at home.
How would you explain it to a student?
I always seem
Would
to
you say
forget
certain tricks? To me, certain tricks and top tricks. It's the same.
I guess he needed to play spade to see whether they were 5-0.
maybe.
Well, here is your heart.
This is the only table that actually is playing this in 3-no trump in the semi-final of the Bermuda Bowl. All other 3 tables are all played the contract in 4 spades.
Yeah, I suppose immediate is a good word. Immediate tricks are the tricks you can take here and now if you want to.
Yes.
Trick and now still not become.
Roland, on Danish we also use top tricks, the tricks you can take without letting opponents in, and sure tricks is tricks you can develop with no danger.
Good to know, Peter. I may want to learn Danish, man.
First in back in the last hour for the Netherlands. Here we
You have
play
tried for so many years. You will succeed sooner or later.
North, take out double by East, 4 times by South.
Pass round to East, reopen with double, and West bid 4 spades. Seems perfectly reasonable.
Apart from the contract, final contract.
Well, looks like it's no worse than a spade finesse.
Yeah.
You have some awkward trump problems, I agree. 4 diamonds made in one match, 5 diamonds doubled in another. East-West played the wrong 4-3 fit in France-Poland, which was worth 7 imps to Poland. Sort of well judged 4 diamond bid, I think, by South. I wonder whether
Verhees in closed room in 4 spades.
if East reopens with
It's
a double
better
and West
as
with spades for North
4-3 fits,
to say,
but I don't expect him to make.
3 diamond bid. Do you want to sacrifice, partner?
so far
on this auction.
The bidding in the
Now in the Venice Cup,
I think North Right doubles.
England are 28 up against Indonesia, and France 14 up against the Netherlands.
Okay.
Do you play that that way, Barry?
Yep. I'm not on lead, so it's not Leitner. It just says. I think
the lady team from Indonesia is one of the positive surprises here in this tournament.
Yeah, it's not.
I haven't expected them to do so well.
Because
But well gone, well gone.
Says, I just have a good hand for the auction. Kiko, can we see the play in the closed room?
So another Motion fit in this room.
To the ace.
Perhaps we should explain the term Motion fit.
Queen.
Not everyone will be familiar with that term.
His partner a heart rough.
Barnet, you tell about Adolf Moyes.
The Motion fit is the term used for playing in a 4-3 major fit, and I think the reason it was termed that because Mr. Moyes used to play that quite often, playing a contract in a 4-3 fit in a major suit.
So Faust came in and Shortbrain gave his partner the hard rough.
How about the chances of West here in 4 spades?
Club back.
Not good.
The 3 of spades has been played from dummy and South immediately arose with the ace.
I don't understand that.
That's very strange, isn't it?
Does not look good for the defense.
Now it looks that
mixed, doesn't it?
It's
no way to beat it anymore.
No.
I think if he'd not played the ace of spades, he might have beaten it.
Very, very strange defense.
Okay, let's look at what's happening here. 10 of hearts, Queen of spades holds the trick. South couldn't work out to win the ace of spades and create some ambiguity in the suit, but he may still score the...
I beg your pardon, his first name is was actually Alphonse
anyway,
rather than Adolf. And I have a link to it. One moment.
Queen of hearts.
I think they used to call him Sonny Moyes, actually. I think that's what his name.
Yeah.
Was
Sonny was his nickname, right?
4 spades is described as having gone 2 down. I wonder whether the play in the trump suit did not go the way that was suggested. For it to have gone 2 down, I think South must have ducked the spade.
So South is going to make 2 more trump tricks.
And gave his partner a rough. That's the only thing I can think of. Anyway, back to our action, where the defenders have taken their heart rough and played a second diamond, roughed with the jack of spades. If declarer unblocks the hearts now, goes to a club, can he make it? I don't think so.
No.
No.
North can just win the trump and play another diamond.
Yep.
I got this from a spectator. Moyes was the editor of British World and used to extol the virtues of such contracts, formerly more common in 4-card major systems.
And the king of clubs, South can rough, but if he plays a red suit, declare roughs in dummy, and if he cashes the ace of spades, he gives up the tempo. So I think that's down 1.
Now also down 2 here. If he just played spade from his hand, he could have escaped with down 1.
Board number 9. North opens a heart in the closed room. South bids a spade. And North closing with 1 trump. Single clubs.
Okay, one again.
For sure we'll try to develop hearts.
So 2 spades is a better contract than 1 no trump here?
Yes. They play 10-12, no trump indeed.
And you will get to 2 spades if you open a strong no trump. Not so obvious if you open a heart, Peter. How will you get to 2 spades if you open a heart, a spade, 2 diamonds? That's how you would bid. And then South would give preference to hearts.
Do you bid two? Does 2 clubs show extra values here, or do you invent a 2 diamond bid?
So, you know, sometimes it's good to open 1 no trump with a 5 card major.
Let's see what Sementa does now.
If 2 clubs is Godzilla, he might bid it.
I'm not sure whether they do play that in this sequence or not, but we'll find out in a second.
Well,
yes.
2 clubs
good
has been bid and has been alerted.
So here we have the Katsili convention again. I'll better explain.
2 diamonds. Oh no, 2
2
diamonds
clubs is either natural with 11 to 15 or any 16 plus hand. So now it's a question whether Duboin will upgrade his hand to 8 points. He has an ace and a king, and he might do. And if he does, he will respond 2 diamonds now to show 8 or more points.
Maybe more than 16, because once they found a fit into
Alternatively, he can bid 2 hearts if he wants to deny 8 points. And he would show 4 to 7, 5 to 7, and a doublesome heart. And that's what he chose.
Cameramen are very efficient.
The problem also for South is that 2 diamonds, as I remember their system, is game force.
But it's only game forcing opposite 16 plus. Remember that South doesn't know yet. South doesn't know yet whether partner has 11 to 15 with hearts and clubs or 16 plus.
As 7 counts go, it's not such a bad one.
So, got to the inferior part score. But they will survive, so no harm done really.
How is our leaderboard shaping up in the Transnationals, Jan? We'll see the leaders.
1 no trump also make on this layout. 4 heart tricks, 2 spade tricks, a club and a diamond.
Okay. Still parry match, almost by...
But you would like to be in 2 spades at match points, for instance. It's important that you get to 2 spades.
Poland is Consus, Hetwitte is White House. I don't know who Star 1 is, but we'll check that out.
Star 1 is a Dutch masterclass team.
And Texan Aces we know is India, and Smirnov a US-German mix.
I have no strong feelings as to whether you should open 1 no trump with a 5 card major or not. As we have pointed out a few times, they both have upsides and downsides.
He's a very good player.
One upside is, of course, that you get your range across immediately if you open 1 no trump.
Back to 2 hearts.
I suppose there's a possibility to go a little wrong.
So Barnet, are you on your waffle number 3? What we haven't heard from you for a while.
Waffles are done for the day.
Should be 9 tricks.
If East doesn't shift to a diamond.
Excellent. Did you spare one for me?
Defenders may not get their diamond trick.
So the last board we watched, when we saw 4 spades go down. 4 spades also went down in a USA match. in one room, and in the other room they played in 5 clubs, and they're 5 forfeit.
It's a remarkable
yes, but that was
similarity
also
Roland.
between the 4 matches.
Okay, Peter?
The team has between 160
I have
on.
one indication
and 120
for
all of them.
not opening one no trump with a 5-card major.
30 and 150.
The Italians
So
don't open one no trump with a 5-card major,
France,
and
Poland
that's
scored many
not a
more
proof,
points than the
but
other teams.
indication.
And USA 1, USA 2 in the seniors.
It's not entirely true, Peter, because Bocchi and Mardala do, playing a weak no trump, and they do open one no trump if they have 12 to 14 balanced.
Yes, but that's only when they are non-vulnerable. So it's 9/10 of the hands they don't open a 5-card major. No trump with a 5-card major.
Well, one thing you should have, if you're opening frequently one no trump with a 5-card major, when you're playing strong no trump, then if you play 3 clubs as puppet stamen after that, then you can find your 5-3 major fit, which is may be important for game. Personally, I like to open one no trump with all balanced 5-3-3-2 hands that fall within the strong no trump range.
Yes,
But Barnet,
it is.
So
Okay, I'll give way. Come on, Peter.
trying to work out whether
But Barnet, the real problem is not to find the right game.
spades
The problem is to find
jack or not. If he
the
does,
right place, the right donation
over
for the part score hands.
the customer.
Yeah, how many times can you open one no trump and your partner passes with, say, 2 of your major suit, and you play one no trump on the 5-2 and you make it, and if you were playing one of the major, partner bids a forcing no trump, and you end up playing in perhaps your 5-2 fit, and they don't break well and you go down. So sometimes, if you're playing a forcing no trump over one no trump, you can be forced to play in your 5-2 fit, whereas you simply can just end up playing in one no trump.
Transnational
So there's swings and roundabouts both ways, and I know that there's many
the
players
women and
play
the
the
men.
way I do, which
It's
is
a mixed.
which
It's
is
actually
open
up
with
there, 16
most balanced
plus.
hands you open.
Sweden
It's
plus.
providing your honor cards are properly distributed.
Sneaky.
And many players play that way, and some players play the way you play. It doesn't mean to
Okay.
say one way is right and one way is
The,
necessarily wrong.
Italian lead is up to 18.
Right, it's
And-
the eternal debates, and we
Prooijen.
just agree to disagree. There's no right and there's no wrong. Did you see what happened here, by the way?
USA
Did you
2
see how De Clara got
scored
past
no
the Jack of
trump,
Spades?
cards, no doubt, and got to
He
4
let
nuts,
a sneaky 9 of spades from his hand,
2 clubs and a diamond.
and Van
It's hard
Prooijen
to lose
docked
even
that.
when you find
So,
it.
no spade loser.
Is this a no trump for
Nice play.
the Dutch? The range of the no trump in this room would be 15-17. Extremely disciplined by West with 14 count. Not to open a no trump. Almost unheard of in this tournament.
East-West don't really have the values for game here, so I expect them to stop in a hard part school.
It's a bit
2 hearts,
unlikely.
actually. That should be pretty standard all over the room.
It has so far been a very, very quiet set. Nothing compare with the morning 16 boards, where we have swing on almost 90 imps here in this match.
Unfortunately, I didn't see these boards, but I can just to go back on the last hand for a second. both Norths in the USA match, both Norths opened 1-no trump. So with the 5-3-3-2 hand, both North hands opened a strong no trump rather than open the major.
That's normal in USA. It's not really the trend in Europe. People are divided in Europe.
We've been used to finding that 3 no trumps always makes when you have 23 points.
Anyway, back to this one. I said that 2 hard would be pretty standard overall, and perhaps not, because those playing the weak no trump will open 1 no trump with the West cards, and then East might pass it, or he may use Damon and pass the 2 hard response. Some can actually use Damon with the East cards, although he's not strong enough to go to game or invite even, because if he gets a 2 diamond response, he can now be 2 hearts to get out in a 4-3 fit in one of the majors.
31 from the 18 boards completed in total in the 2 matches.
Do you remember how we used to play that, Peter, when we played Garozzo or Plazzo over 1 no trump?
It's so many years ago that I don't remember. And today I played the 2 club, 2 diamond, 2 heart sign off in one of the majors, and 2 club, 2 diamond, 2 spade as a 5-card spade, and invitational values.
You didn't actually play that, I can tell you, because you played your own variation of Garozzo, named Plozzo, PL for Peter Lund, and then the Otzo, and after 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 spades was a game-forcing relay asking opener for more information about shape.
Yes. What I told was what I played today, because I only know 2 or 3 persons in Denmark who even know the Plotzer system.
So I must be one of those.
Give up the club position. Netherlands may gain an M if Declara can find the Queen of Hearts in the close room.
Was quite good actually. That you could actually get opener's pattern, which might be useful.
Okay, now Declara in this room.
But even Mr. Garozzo himself hasn't played that for many years.
One way.
Does he still live in Florida, Barnet?
No, he's actually moved back further north in America now. He lived in Florida for many years, but eventually he moved back further north. I think he lives near New York somewhere.
Remember, in the Transnational, the top 16 teams qualify. Multiple split tie on 1/7.
So still only 1 or 2 imps changing side. Only have 1 really swing board.
Closed room. No opening bid for West.
No scoring in all other matches also. So this is not the set we had this morning, because that was fireworks from the word go.
And what do we have here? About 8 tricks for east-west in a spade contact, 2, 4, 5 top losers. And for north-south, better prospect. They can make a lot of tricks in clubs.
Can make perhaps 5 clubs. Same bidding sequence at both tables. We are in tandem.
Game. It can make game and clubs.
USA 2 defeated 6 clubs by north-south because of the bad.
They just lose a heart and a spade.
If you just looked at the north-south cards, it wouldn't be the worst spot in the world after East had bid hearts.
So Sementa here showing support for partners clubs, one would assume, extra values, and maybe singleton spade.
None of these players.
I see only 2 top losers, but I don't see 11 tricks.
Ask Sementa what the 3 spades.
South has a heart loser can't get rid of. If the diamonds would have split, if the diamonds had split 4-3, then perhaps South could make slam.
Yeah, but I think we are focusing on 5 clubs, Barnet.
You know, 5 clubs, you can't. 5 clubs is only 2 losers in clubs.
Yeah, but do you have 11?
I think Duboin made double.
Do you have 11? You have 11 tricks even on a trump lead, yes, because clubs are
7 club tricks, 2 heart tricks, 2 diamonds.
Or would double.
Yeah.
So 11 tricks is, after the overcall. 11 tricks is almost assured if the king of hearts is right.
You have to thought twice clubs, and then you have 4 losers in your hand. 2 heart losers and 2 spade losers. One go on the diamond king. And you can ruff 2, but you still have 1 loser left.
Don't you have?
Yes.
That's probably 11 tricks.
Yeah, if the diamonds are divided 4-3, you'd have 12.
Or you can count your winners, as Barnet did before. When you can ruff 2 spades in the dummy, you have 7 club tricks. Ace king of diamonds is 9, and 2 heart tricks with the king on side. So 11 tricks.
Correct.
And we see the Italians have reached 6.
Now, Declarer needs to organize a cross ruff. Had the defenders
so this could be turbo again, 4-0 trump, showing an even number of key cards.
2 heart tricks, 2 diamond tricks, and as many.
Now 6 is not a good contract because Declarer needs a trump to be divided 2-2.
When does he cash the second heart?
Because if the trumps are divided, say West had 3 trumps and Declarer didn't draw them, then West would get a heart ruff. He would lead a singleton heart and get a heart ruff. So Declarer has to draw the trump, and now he has to rely on the trumps 2-2, and then he has to rely on the diamonds to be divided 4-3.
Closed room.
And as we can see, the diamonds are not divided 4-3.
North-south.
Which means that this is a very poor slam. A 2-2 break is 40%, and then you also need diamonds to be 4-3. So this slam is way below par.
Of course, if we're East to hold the 3 trumps,
South must have thought the heart lead was shortage because she must have.
Now, after Declarer draws 2 trump and leads a spade, East could win it and return the 3rd club. And that would stop one of Declarer's ruffs. So that's even although West isn't roughing a heart, East can still play a third trump back, take away one of the clearest tricks.
Link is still around.
We think they play the turbo convention here when a minor is set. I'll give you a link to the turbo convention. One moment.
Now, let's see if he makes it. Let's see if he can make it. Is there a way to go down? There are always ways to go down.
He might retreat to 5 spades. No. It's cheap.
And North-South in the USA match, they also bid 6. That was Levin and Weinstein, and they went down again. So maybe these pills that were sent into Levin and Weinstein didn't help them, because that's the second slam that they've been going down one this set.
In the seniors, France picked up 4, trailed by 10.
10.5. You never know when that half may be important.
Oh, okay, 10.7 even. Anyway, a good 10. So what do we have? Oh, that's fantastic. He put in the jack. Yes, he can see dummy, right?
Okay, still bidding in the closed drum. They haven't passed out 5 clubs redoubled yet. East may be a little worried, but retreating to 5 spades on this auction sounds very untrustworthy.
So the declarer has to assume that the diamonds are divided to 4-3 to have any chance to make the contract. He's going to rough a diamond and get the bad news.
Well done by East, who did retreat to 5 spades doubled.
In closed room, North-South was in 5 club doubled and redoubled. But then East-West escaped in 5 spades, with down 500 compared with 550 in 5 clubs on, with no redouble.
Not really. He can play the hearts for good measure.
Okay.
Can establish a heart and get.
So 11 imps probably coming up for the tops.
And USA 2 also managed to stop out a slam playing in 5 clubs.
One, rather unlucky.
So provided he makes 5 clubs, it's going to be 11 inks coming to USA 2, who are up by 16, and this 11 would make 27 if he makes 5 clubs.
Playing 5 spades. We'll bring you up to date with that as soon as we can. 5 clubs and 3 no trumps, making for North-South. England stopped in 2 diamonds.
Also making.
You can imagine after a week no trump past Stamen, South might just overcall 2 diamonds. Yeah. Okay. Diamond from West, natural spade from East. South with a good hand, but Not really a one trump overcall. Not really a teacup double, is it? What are you supposed to do, P.O. here?
So north-south of the bid to 5 clubs here.
By the 3 no trumps.
Yes.
Making for France seniors after this ace spade ace lead.
Good points. It may be one of these.
What do you suggest that Duboin does here? After 1 diamond opening to his left.
You would get it. Block the suit, but ace king jack of spades, East could overtake.
It's not so easy, is it?
Yeah.
Look at those 4 results. Nice match.
No, it's not an easy bid.
In England, Indonesia.
He could bid 2 diamonds natural, or if he doubles and partner bids hearts, he has to bid diamonds next to show a strong hand with diamonds.
Some more scores in the Transnationals.
Yeah,
Check
I
out
understand. So he'll get lucky here if he doubles, because partner will bid clubs. So he doesn't have to bid the diamonds.
A double.
The danger is that if he doubles and the next hand bids 2 spades and partner bids 3 hearts, and then he's
raise, if
in a bit of trouble.
3 hearts, what will Duboin do?
Would you contemplate a natural 1-0 trump card, Barnet?
Your partner did make.
Well, the problem is he's nothing in spades. It looks as if the opponents have bid spades and he's nothing in them.
Maybe he can double responsibly.
Yeah, I know, but he didn't know after 1 spade. Only now does he know.
I think, how about bidding clubs? Yeah, okay.
Can North now double to show a 4-card hand and some values?
And after North doubles, then South can maybe get to game.
3 diamonds, saying I have stopped for no trumps. Do you
3 spades?
You really shouldn't speak so loud, Peter. Because right after you said that, Sementa doubled.
Didn't show diamonds. Diamonds said 2 or more cards in a balanced hand. 11.
I'm just joking, Specs. They can't hear us. Don't worry.
But the problem is not over for South. What's the bid now?
Right.
So 3 spades,
the partner has hearts and clubs, but
4 clubs.
I mean 5 clubs and 5 clubs to the ace king is more than you can hope for.
So we know that on board 11, by the way, Netherlands.
I was just going to suggest 3 spades, but Duboin was too fast and I couldn't come in.
Now
going to bid
4 no trumps. Pick a minor. Hearts was not what I wanted to hear. 5 clubs. Somehow, somebody should have been club suit at some point, you feel.
The gap closing. Italy only up by 6 now.
What now? What now? How about 4 spades
still going and going?
What should South bid now? That's the question.
Oh, what's that 4 hearts? Did he think that partner had heart support?
I want to see Sementa's face. The camera assumes just Sementa's.
Yes.
South really wanted North to bid a minor, and that's why perhaps at over 4 hearts might have bid 4 spades. But South bid 4 no trump, and North took that as some kind of key card. So North-South have had an accident.
The closed room, the 2 heart.
But don't they play turbo here? So 4 spades would be for key card, and 4 no for the minors.
I don't think they play key card
Would you like to
at
play
all
poker
when a
against
minor
Mr.
is
Sementa?
set. 4 spade will be a cubit, 4 no trump will be a turbo. I think the accident happened when South bid 3 spades.
a good day,
it was
East
interpreted by Sementa as hard support.
Yeah, but South should be able to get out of hearts, though.
In the closed
South
run,
should, when he,
East
over
showed
4 hearts,
five
either
spades
4
and
spades
4 hearts
or 4
and
no
a weak
trump
hand
should
with
be
his 2
for a
heart
minor.
response
It all
to
depends on how they
diamond.
play it.
That made it very easy
They
for
don't
South
maybe
to
play it the
double for
same way as you and
takeout
I play it, but
because
one
hearts
of
were
these
no
2
longer
bids
on the
should
agenda.
ask for a minor.
When North bid 4 clubs freely, South raised to 5.
And I can't find a better bid on South hand than 3 spades.
So this
What
is
do you suggest, Roland?
12 or 13 imps to Netherlands, and I believe a new leader.
No, I think 3 spades is a fine bid if partner is on the same wavelength. But apparently he wasn't.
No?
And then things go wrong. So 3 spades was just an unassuming cubit. Tried to get the message across that he had support for one of partner's suits. And Sementa assumed hearts.
Okay, 4 deals to go in the set, and a new leader at the end of the board. 7 imp lead for Netherlands.
This is getting interesting. I mean, you could have a new leader. Well,
We have
30. We have a new leader. The result is in. I can see that now. 13 imps to the Dutch. So 24 imps and 2 boards. This will go down to the wire. Remember that we have 16 more boards after this set. The last segment starting in about 1 hour and 25 minutes.
Pass a diamond.
Now the last
That's
board we
hearts or
watched
not for this
is
match?
very interesting. In the USA match, West opened a weak no trump that went past 2 hearts transfer from East, doubled by South, 3 spades preempted from West,
They just bid suit up the
doubled
line.
by North, and now South made a very good bid. It jumped to 4 no trump over 3 spades, asking his partner to pick a minor, and his partner bid
Course,
5
it
clubs.
should
So the USA
hearts.
2 did very, very well handling a weak no trump opening,
Doesn't it?
and they were already in 3 spades before they got into the
it's just
bidding,
natural.
and yet they managed to get to the 5 club contract.
That is indeed very well done by them. And do we know what happened at the other table?
They were in 5 clubs. In the other table, they were in 5 clubs making.
And spades,
Right.
which will stop East.
In the
West
other
from
table, the bidding was 1 diamond past
finding
2
their
hearts,
spade.
one of these funny bids to show the majors, 1 diamond past 2 hearts. And now North-South came in to the auction.
Defenders have
So at this
4
point,
spade
USA
tricks
2
and
are
maybe
up
a
by
double, maybe a
26
heart, but 1 no
imps.
trump went down.
So they
Maybe
gained
South
another
played it
14
on a
in
spade
this
lead.
set.
Certainly
Remember
went
that they
back
were
to
fined
make a no trump
7
most of the
imps
time.
for slow play
I don't think they will
in the previous segment.
spade lead. If you lead a diamond, that picks up
They
the
led
queen.
by 19,
If you lead
but
a club,
penalized
that
7
will
imps,
be better with
so
clubs
the
in.
margin was down
Keys will
to
lead
12.
Jack of hearts. His own Vugraph, after all. You're supposed to lead unsupported.
And
by
here
Vugraph.
the Dutch are up with 7 imps in the middle of the morning session. We were commenting that
Go to the
it was
play,
close to
canopies.
it was over for the Dutch. They were down 35 or so. So and close to another swing for Italians, but things changed totally.
So,
Why are the Dutch not playing this in spades?
Seniors played 2 spades. The Polish seniors played.
Maybe because Van Prooijen wanted to protect his king, jack 1 and hearts.
In the closed room,
that's the only explanation I can find.
Trick. North won the king.
Oh, he didn't bid 1 no trump.
Defenders took a club finesse, won the king.
That's
right.
A better explanation.
So declarer can rough a couple of spades in hand, score a club trick, 2 diamond tricks, a couple of roughs, and trumps, I guess, for about 7 or 8 tricks.
A heart lead, as you predicted. That is not going to be a success.
Very hard for East not to lead a heart on this auction.
Yeah.
I mean, how could he assume that it was North who had the 4 hearts?
So this makes more sense, doesn't it?
West.
So is he going to do the right thing here in? I think he's going to finesse the club.
Yeah, clubs must be the right place to start. And now the defenders will either continue hearts or more likely, I think, shift to a low spade at trick 2.
So
should East, when he wins the jack, I think he can cash the ace of spades. Now he knows his partner has at least 3, and he knows his partner has the king of spades as well, doesn't he? So maybe he can play a low spade in case it's queen 10 doubleton. But if declarer had that, he would have put the queen up.
Maybe. So what they will get is all 4, 5, 6. I think that's
Declarer only has 6 sure tricks at the moment, and is still looking for a 7th trick.
Maybe he has to throw away a few things.
North will probably pitch diamonds from hand, won't he?
Yeah.
Anyway, in France, Poland in the seniors, we just had a big swing for Poland on a board we haven't seen yet. That makes their lead up to 11 imps. USA 1, USA 2 in the seniors, all but over at 65, barring the late comeback. And each of the women's matches, the margin is between 20 and 30. Still a few boards to come in this set. So
after West wins the 4th spade, he has to do something to help declarer. So it doesn't matter what he plays back. Any suit that West plays back will give declarer his 7th winner. If he plays a diamond, it's a winner. If he plays a heart, declarer can duck that, and establish his winner there. And if he plays a club, it's a winner. So there's nothing the defence can do to hurt declarer in this round.
No, don't remember exactly. So that's 30 or yes.
No, but North still have to find 2 discards.
33
for
with
England.
4 boards to go. 23 for England.
Well, that's very true.
For France.
He has to find 2 discards.
And Poland added
a board we haven't seen. They must have a 10 imp pickup coming, or 11 imps.
So now it looks as if perhaps he has to get the diamond
2
right,
heart tricks,
as the clubs aren't breaking.
2 club tricks, and 2 diamond tricks, but he still doesn't have.
As if what happened to all those hearts?
It's actually a squeeze because East has to keep the king of hearts and West has to keep the 10 of clubs. So when he plays the diamonds...
Didn't he put himself in a silly situation here? With 4 spade losers and he has lost 1 club. Couldn't he just make...
No, he has to make a decision.
He threw all his hearts on the spades.
Yeah.
So now he needs to guess either clubs or diamonds to make the hand. There are quite a lot of losing options available. If he goes up with the queen of clubs, he might well misguess diamonds.
It seems safe to come down to double stoppers in both minors and keep the hearts.
Now he has several losing options. He could exit with a club, hoping the hearts were 4-2 originally.
Now he knows
that's unlikely given
he started with 4 diamonds. He might go wrong in the hand.
East has shown up with...
East has 4
If
spades.
you know the distribution, he can
He
play diamond to the S and queen of hearts to king of hearts.
Forced to pitch a diamond on the last club to keep the king of hearts.
Yeah.
So, if you believe...
Yeah, that's a nice play, Peter. I
Jack
like
of
that.
hearts on the second round, he was 4-3, 4-2. If he might have full-scarded with the Jack of hearts, then he would have also full-scarded on opening lead from King Jack 6-2. So I think de Cleyre rates to get this wrong. He'll do, in my opinion, very well to hold the loss on the board to 1M.
This is what we call a Miami coup. It would be. You give a break towards the end and defenders take the rest.
I think he knows the distribution. Because if he's had one more heart, there's a likelihood he might have thrown the heart away.
Now, if he started with a 4-card heart, he couldn't throw a heart away, then the end play would be easy.
The only thing that might persuade de Cleyre to get this right is that East might have opened the bidding if he had the Queen of Diamonds in addition to Ace Jack 4th of Spades and King Jack 3rd of Hearts. Second in hand, though, it would be a very bare 11 count.
Points out. David Greenwood points
The only clue for de Cleyre is that East, second time heart was played the heart Jack. So North know that the 2 missing hearts are King and 2. It's no proof, but it's just a very small indication.
That West has King 3rd of Hearts and East?
Nah.
Jack 3rd?
Don't think so. Uh-huh.
So, Dutch doing very well now, up by 14.
Still bidding. This is a hand where
The Italians are bleeding all over the table for the moment.
looks relatively straightforward.
32 imps in
Big
4-board.
swing for Poland, who bid 6 hearts, not
Yes.
nearly as good.
And as you said, at some point this morning, it looked like it was, well, not all over, but the Italians was just were just cruising. Most of us expected that this would be the end of it, at the end of the beginning, or the beginning of the end rather, for the Dutch. And how things have changed.
Strong club.
That's a Winston Churchill remark, Roland.
The beginning of the end, or the end of the beginning?
The end of the beginning is one of Winston Churchill's famous speeches.
Oh, I see.
So,
6 clubs is a superior contract, of course. It'll lose imps this time because 6 hearts makes, but there's a possible end play if times the 3.
Here the Italians bid to 6 clubs. As you see, 6 clubs is on.
one spade bid
And bet.
3. And
During the bidding, the Dutch north-south was in 4 spades, which, as I see, is down 1100.
well done by Versace, who'd bid for 6 clubs. Double is presumably extra values offensive. Pass would be transferred to double in this position.
6 clubs is rather easy to play. I think there's a 100% line here. As long as clubs are not 4-0, you can eliminate and play a heart and just cover sells cards as cheaply as possible.
So doubling is fine. It's more than...
Did I miss something?
More than the slam. 1100.
Looks as if the player only has four tricks and 4 spades.
I'm afraid
He has a 6-card spade in north hand that normally produce 5 tricks.
5 tricks.
Yeah, good point. Oh. So, imps back to Italy now. This is a very good slam. And I think I was right when I analysed the 6 clubs before. No one commented. So either they agree or they didn't hear it.
420.
We agree, Roland.
Yeah, if the diamonds don't split, then when declarer plays a heart to the 9, then North could win and give a ruff and a discard. But because the diamonds have split, now North is end played. If the diamonds were 4-2 and North wins the heart, he could give declarer a ruff and a discard, and that wouldn't help any.
True. But won't he be won't he be able to eliminate diamonds still if there were 4-2?
Yeah, he can eliminate diamonds, but North can win the jack of hearts. And if he had the king of hearts, he could simply return a club and a spade and give declarer a ruff and a discard.
Oh,
the ruff and a discard would help.
That's right, because West would still have 4 hearts in his hand. That's right.
So not much of excitement in the play here. We'll check out the Transnationals leaders.
USA 2 bid the slam, but USA 1 did not bid the slam.
This is the end of round 10.
So we all know what this is. 11 imps, non-vulnerable, minus suit slam, 920. Get 420 for 5 clubs, up 1, 500, 11 imps. And it should be 154 to 157 after this board.
north-south.
So it will also be 11 imps to USA
3 no
2,
trumps.
who will lead by now 38. And this is the third slam swing in the set for USA 2. 2 slams that north-south went down in, and one that east-west that Stanley Martel missed a slam, and 2 slams that Levin Weinstein went down in. That's the third slam swing to USA 2.
Bermuda bowl who bid 6 no trumps and went down. So that looks very bad for USA 1 and good for the USA 2 team.
And here we have
34.
Another big hand. No fit. So I expect them to stop short of slam.
The touch in 3-0.
If South open 2 no trumps, you might get too high with the north-south
Yes,
cards.
unless they make a slam try and stop in 4 no trump.
Well, I suppose you can make 6 clubs, can you not? Without a diamond lead? Just play 4
4 no
rounds of
appears the
clubs.
easy limit of the hand.
And
Any more than that,
you enter
it's going to be
diamond
difficult.
and you finesse hearts and cash out. And East is in trouble on the high heart queen towards the end, having to keep the diamond queen and his spades.
So 9 top winners, 2 spades,
I'm
3
told
hearts, 2
that
diamonds, and
Weinstein
4 clubs.
missed the spade diamond
And red
squeeze.
Yes. Now you might be tempted to finesse.
Did it really
diamond
make
rather
6?
than play for a squeeze, but if East has bid
Perhaps
a spade,
it can. I mean, you have 3 hard tricks
it's not
with
such
a
a
king
bad
1
proposition. If
on side.
Hard queen doesn't drop, hard king doesn't drop, you can still finesse the diamonds.
Notice that the defenders against 6 no trumps led a heart. So presumably the declarer won it and knocked out
A heart
the
was
4th
led
round of
in the
clubs.
slam.
He had
A
make
heart
some
to the 9
discards
and the
from
jack.
dummy. But I expect it came down to taking the diamond finesse.
Are we talking about this board now?
Yes, we are.
3 no trumps.
A heart was
But
led
they're
against
not
6
in
no
6.
trump. A
Closed
heart was
Oh,
led
I
against
see.
6 no
spade lead.
But then you can make it, can't you?
Might
I mean, if you guess to make it. I mean, you may take a diamond finesse instead, of course.
After all, his partner did cube 2 spades in response. Surely he could have a better hand than the one he does, but there again, it is Antonio Sementa, so you should never assume that he's actually got his bidding.
With better timing, perhaps,
I
you might
actually
be able
think
to
without-
set up the squeeze, but
If
the
East
declarer didn't
manages to bid a spade
time the hand
somewhere
exactly
along the line,
correctly
you find
in
that
the
West
in the
has
match,
longer clubs.
and he went
And
down
you
one,
need
and
to finesse the hearts anyway.
he went actually down 2
You
in
can
6
just
no
as well
trump.
cash that ace, and when you find that East has
So that's the
So
third
is this
slam that.
East was long.
The 4th.
However,
The
You
third
talked about
slam
3
that-
or...
the 3 slams
And
that
nobody
Levin and
has
Weinstein
only
went
one
down
pair
in,
has
and 1
played 6
slam
no
that
trumps.
the East-West didn't bid. That's
on a
that's
heartbeat.
Well,
4 results
Sementa knows
against
this one
USA
is a
1.
blackwood.
Yeah, you can't afford that. Of course.
No suit has been agreed, so 4 no trumps must be quite.
So did you say a hard lead to the 9 and jack, or the king
Heart lead
and
to the
8?
heart
How
to the
would he
9 and
have
jack.
as much as he does?
Right.
So I think
Well,
the
you can
collective-
make it.
Reluctantly. He never
You
wants
can make
to
it with
pass.
all cards in view. You can make 6 no trump now. But
I think the
it's not
declarer
obvious, is
has
it?
to-
I wish,
The declarer has
I
to
wish
cash
they
the
would
ace of
remove
hearts
all
and play
those
4
pass
rounds of
cards.
clubs.
I can then blame it
Or he
on
can
the
play,
bidding box.
if he plays 4 rounds of clubs without cashing the ace of hearts, they win and play a diamond and he wins the ace, and now he cashes the ace of hearts.
Then yes.
He has
Just
to
imagine
cash his,
all those
he
finesses,
has to cash
like
his
3
black
finesses
winner.
will work. It's fine.
and then take a second diamond to the dummy's king. Cash the queen of hearts has to be the squeeze card, and East has to guard the spade, and he has to guard the diamond. So the actual squeeze card has to be the queen of hearts.
Yes, but you have to guess that East has
I think
the
the
queen.
cameraman's trying to show us his hair going greyer as he thinks
Yes,
of the bid here.
you have to. Absolutely right, Roland. And in the other room, the USA 2 stopped in 3 no trump. So this will be a huge swing for USA 2,
Okay, any votes?
who
for
are
what's
already
gonna
up
do,
by
Peter?
37 imps.
No.
So this will put them up by nearly 50 imps
I
in the match.
just know he does not.
And that's
want
where
to
they
pass.
started this morning. They were 51 up going
Any
into today's play.
Nah, not really.
They've really been gifted a lot of points.
So, did that diamond show hearts or did it show diamonds?
Showed diamonds. I think
There's
they
diamonds.
don't play trans.
Still very good to
Oh.
stop in 3 no trump, I think.
One of the few.
So could South
See
very
if the
well have
Italians can
hearts
stop
on
in
this
4.
option?
I think, wouldn't he have bid them over 2 spades?
Not necessarily. If he has Barnet could have been hard, so he might indicate his very strong spade holding.
Minor attraction for North is that they know where most of the points are going to be located by one spade overcall, and they're sitting between his
I
bad
don't think I would
and
find
hand.
this line at the table. I mean,
True.
come on. You need
If
the king of hearts to
has
be
as
doubled.
strong a hand as he does,
Why on
he
earth
almost
would you
must
play
have
for that?
spades and clubs.
And also
Otherwise
guess
he would have
that the
opened
queen of diamonds is
2
to
no
the
trumps
east,
if he were
so
balanced,
that the squeeze will
bid hearts
operate.
or
And
diamonds.
Two diamonds.
Well, there's
maybe.
a chance the king of hearts might be
He must have
doubleton, because
20.
remember, West led a
I
heart,
think
so
that
he doesn't have the
partner's got
king.
north of 19,
And if you're
because
leading
they
against
open
Islam,
Italian
it's,
Sudan.
it's
Yes.
normal to...
That's also
Yeah.
very
A safe
effective.
lead's normally
But
length
they could
from
open 2
small
no trumps
cards
to
against
strong
6 no
balanced.
trump. So there's a good
think.
chance that West either holds 4 or 5 small hearts to lead a heart.
The range for 2 no
So
is
I think
20
there's a fair
to
chance the
21.
king of
It
hearts
could
is double.
include a 5-card major. So if you're 2021, you have to be 2 suited.
And when you have to decide the placement of the diamond queen,
I wonder if
the
bidding trade
spade
goes
overcall
or South, if South and
is
West
no
will be
proof,
wondering who's
but
hesitant.
some indication. And later you see that East have only 2
Basically,
clubs.
To a logical alternative somewhere. Here he goes. Yes.
It's a green
he
card.
did pass. He did pass.
And he hates it.
But
I think the sensible
Yeah,
thing
on
to
a
do,
hard
yes,
lead.
but
I can, but what if you get a diamond lead?
Okay.
Won't that break up the squeeze entirely?
It's hard for West to do anything but lead a spade.
Sementa's apologising as he
Yes,
puts
but
the
here
lead.
probably a spade lead.
How many winners does Declare have on top? 2 spades, 2 hearts, 2
8.
diamonds, 3 clubs.
I think he can manufacture a third spade pretty easily on the
Yep.
bidding.
he can manufacture a second.
So he can
heart.
manufacture 3 spades, 2 hearts as
In the
5, 2
USA
diamonds
match,
as
there was
7,
no opposition bidding.
and 4 clubs is 11, but that requires him
So-
to give away a spade and a club. So
I think
The only clue for the declarer that the queen of
plays
diamonds
4
was
rounds of
on the
clubs,
east hand,
he'll win the shift, let's say.
the only
they'll play ace and jack of
possibility is
clubs.
that when the king of
That
hearts
will get
comes
him
down
to
Doubleton, he's more
2
likely to
hearts,
hold the queen
2
of diamonds and
4
West.
clubs and 2 spades.
can you squeeze West?
And when you play
hearts
the
and
clubs,
if
when you
do
play
it all
4
early
the
enough?
clubs out, you know
You
that
can
he
make
started with
12.
2 hearts and
Then
2
you
clubs.
can
You would
Make
risk going down.
So you know that if
Four.
East has 5 spades to the queen, any 5
Maybe
spades
you're just supposed to duck a spade,
and
but I don't think so.
I
4
think he'll take the
diamonds,
2 of spades to
now
the
the
10.
chances
Yes,
are that
straight
he's
away.
pulled the 4 of the
Might
queen
try
of
to spade
diamonds and
first,
the
yeah, I'll do
squeeze
that
is going to
and play a
work.
spade to the
So it would be reasonable to play this. It would be
Give up
quite
the spade and
reasonable
then
for
go for
Declarer
clubs later.
to go
F
on
might be
the
5-1,
squeeze
so-
after he finding out that West
okay.
holds 4 clubs
Either way,
and
Two
5
clubs
hearts.
plays more
yeah,
spade.
it's probably
Do you agree?
fine even if clubs were 5-1.
Yeah,
With
there's
us
no
having a
How do we know that
no
East has
convenient pitch from dummy, I guess,
spade
it's
length if he
and
didn't
small
bid
hearts,
anything?
because he's going to give up a heart.
Because when we play the
For
3rd
2-2.
club,
Yeah.
we know that West started with
Diamond
4,
back now
so
is
East
the-
has 2.
Spade to the 10.
And we
Still goes.
seen from the lead We probably need the King of Hearts to be doubleton, so we're going to play for West to have 5 hearts and East to have 2.
He had a spade out of his hand.
And play 4. Oh, I see. So he goes for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Yes. There's a spade, and then he will give up the heart also, probably.
So he's just setting up a spade finesse here.
Ah. Now, is he going to give up a club?
But that will only give him 11-6.
USA 2.
Yeah.
Just
the leads up to 57.
Just for interest's sake, I think the spade back broke up the squeeze by Prooijen. Different 0, made 5, last board of the set coming up.
3.3, the lead for Netherlands.
I should point out that all they need is 0.3, so they have 3 more than they need at the end of the next 16 boards.
So,
closed room.
Coming to the last board already, the last board of this set.
Which made at
time for me to thank our operator in Veldhoven. Her name is Karen Deleuve.
4 hearts went down in one.
Also thanks to my excellent co-commentators, Barnet, Shenkin and Peter Louk, and to our colleagues from Italy doing the written commentary.
A 5-3 or a 6-2 fit, take your pick.
Strong club here for East.
USA 2, the young USA team, had a very good set.
Since this match is so close, I have a feeling that the organisers will also have this match on Vugraph on side rather than the USA match, which is good for us. I mean, for us doing the voice commentary. I know that Barnet will be back. He will move to the closed room, but I'm pretty sure that he'll be delighted to see a very close match.
Yes, I will.
I suppose someone in 4 spades must have returned a small club when they get in on the heart ace.
I know that the drama is not as great, but the results after round 10 of the Transnational...
In the break, Barnet, you should try to go in your setup for sounds and see if you can increase the sound level on your mic. It should be possible. I'm no technician, but it should be possible to increase the sound of your mic because you are still very low.
Very low. Is that any better?
So what do we have?
I think it's
Hello?
it's very good, Barnet.
Do you think it's good?
But I have my slider to the far right, so I can't get more volume, but I think it's okay.
So in the slam that we saw, right, just to say that actually in the 6-card end position, Weinstein could have made the slam when to make the slam. He had the Queen 5 rack doubleton heart opposite the ace in his hand. If he led a heart from the dummy, the king would fall and he'd take the ace, and he would be able now to cash his last club, and he could cross to the dummy with the king of diamonds, the last diamond, and play the squeeze card, the Queen of hearts. So Weinstein had the slam.
Are you feeling very vulnerable
with 6
there?
cards to play if he could have visualized that end position.
Okay, back to the action. 4 spades, both tables.
Italians are allowed to put up 2 hands.
Yes, we allowed that the other day when there was a Chinese supporter against the Netherlands. And that was the camera lady.
In the Venice Cup, the standing between England and
So
Indonesia.
anyway, suppose you...
1 in plus.
Sorry, I should
for
just announce
Indonesia.
quickly, in case you don't know. Originally 8 teams were qualifying for the finals in the Transnational. It's now 16 teams. So 1 to 16 will go through to the next round after finishing.
So the last board not scored on the website yet because The website has England up by 10
I'm
imps.
looking for Monaco.
So Indonesia must have gained 11 imps just now.
By the time you get there.
Indonesia made 6 no trump in this board we're talking about.
Yeah, they're not in the 66.
Oh, so this is it then.
Indonesia made 6 no
you
trump.
might just see them.
On the last board, board 15.
Yeah, but it hasn't been scored yet on the website.
Well,
that's all I'm saying, because it has England by 10.
For Monaco, Z. 100 and... Oh, it's on the right-hand board. They're running 107.
Oh, they are.
There they are.
So thanks to our listeners for coming this afternoon in Europe. We hope you enjoyed the show. It was a very exciting second part of the set, I must say. I'm sure you will be back for the conclusion.
Okay, so diamond
in
lead,
about
diamond roughed, a heart to the king and ace.
55 minutes.
And South's on lead, wondering what
at
to do.
16:45 Central European Time. 10:45 a.m. in New York.
Oh, wait a minute.
3:45 p.m.
Queen of Hearts
in London.
strands to clear her on dummy a little bit.
And 7:45 a.m. in Los Angeles.
He might try a spade
the
to
Indonesian player
and a diamond rough.
played the squeeze, found the squeeze, played the hand perfectly. So that's a great hand play by the Indonesian lady player in 6 no trump.
Wouldn't be good, but he can get back there with the ace of clubs. He needs the ace of clubs on side for that to be good.
Yes, so he will play.
Not that easy. Kiko, could you show us the play from the closed room, please? Thank you. In the closed room, it's gone a diamond to the jack and ace, a diamond rough, a heart to the king.
So the carrier is lucky in the sense that the ace of clubs is on site, and unlucky that he has to lose a spade, so that evens out. So the 4 spades making is about fair.
Rough his diamonds, and he looks like he will be making. Good underlead by Brink.
The Indonesian player have a small indication of a 2-spade bid by North was doubled by East. So she knows the spade situation from beginning.
Correct. And now a heart.
Still well done to her for finding the squeeze.
For sure.
Case partner's queen is the jack. In fact.
Yes, he'll rough him with the jack, king of hearts, and lose 4.
I mean, the double of 2 spades didn't say anything about the queen of diamonds. But Barnet is right, of course, that you get a clue
And that's it. So thank you very much. 3/4.
when you see the distribution in clubs and
That's a
and
flat
hearts.
board, so we will lead with Netherlands leading by 3.3.
.6,400 spectators in this room now. Far from a record, of course. Yeah. So, thanks everyone. See you later.
Yeah, thank you
and
very much,
goodbye for
all.
now.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye. I heard you have over 9,000 yesterday, Roland.
Was the day before yesterday, I think. We had 9,049.